Breaking this morning, 4 more U.S. service members have died in the Middle East after their plane crashed in Iraq. It's time for the Streamline, everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less. That plane was a KC-135 refueling aircraft flying as part of the war against Iran. Officials, though, say the crash was not caused by a hostile or friendly fire. 6 crew members were on board. We haven't gotten an update on how the other 2 service members are doing. Unlike fighter jets, this plane was not equipped with parachutes. 11 service members have now died since fighting began. Meanwhile, Iran's new supreme leader vows to keep blocking the Strait of Hormuz, the world's top oil shipping route. Despite the closure, oil prices dropped a little bit after the U.S. government issued a temporary license, allowing countries to buy more oil from Russia.
Those barrels are going to end up in China anyway. It is unfortunate, and we hope that it will be in a micro period that they will benefit.
Gas prices still went up overnight. The U.S. and dozens of other countries are also releasing 400 million barrels of oil from emergency reserves, but analysts warn that may do little to bring prices down. The Pentagon is set to give an update on the war this morning. We're going to monitor the latest events and announcements, bring you all of that information on air and online at 10news.com. In Michigan, police have now identified the man who rammed his truck into a synagogue. They say his name is Eman Mohammed Ghazali. He's 41 years old and a U.S. citizen. According to police, Ghazali crashed through the doors of Temple Israel in West Bloomfield, then drove straight down a hallway. He was armed with a rifle and a large amount of explosives. Ghazali got into a shootout with security guards and died during the attack. Police say he recently claimed his relatives were killed during Israeli airstrikes in Lebanon.
My God, I never thought I'd be standing here looking at my temple surrounded by SWAT and FBI.
That's one of the parents of one of the kids inside. Sources say an unidentified chemical agent in Ghazali's truck ignited and sparked a fire that sent smoke billowing out of the synagogue's roof. There's no word on if Ghazali died from the shootout or the fire. All 140 children who were in the preschool in that building are safe. Law enforcement across the country and here in San Diego are stepping up security around synagogues. In a statement, San Diego police says they're aware of the attack and will be increasing patrols around places of worship. They added, quote, "Our goal is to ensure all members of our religious communities here in San Diego are safe to gather and practice their faith." And in Virginia, we're learning the gunman who opened fire at Old Dominion University had ties to ISIS. The shooter has been identified as Mohammed Jallo. He walked into a classroom and then asked if it was an ROTC class before shooting and killing the instructor. 2 students were also injured. Their classmates reportedly subdued and killed Jallo. Jallo is a former member of the Virginia National Guard. He was convicted in 2016 of trying to provide material support to ISIS. He was sentenced then to 11 years in prison. Jallo was released early after serving 8 years. A heat wave all across Southern California has temperatures reaching record highs. Here in San Diego, ABC 10 News reporter Tali Latoy spoke with East County parents and kids about staying safe without skipping any spring sports.
I'm your East County reporter Tali Latoy for ABC 10 News. Despite the heat wave, Little League season was in full swing here in La Mesa. Coaches and organizers tell me days like these aren't normal in the month of March. However, they're doing all they can to make sure everyone can have fun safely.
Little League season is in full swing. But this week, it wasn't just about beating the other team.
We're not used to this heat this early in the season.
It was about beating the heat.
So we've got fans in the dugouts, we've got misters, things to keep the kids cool. We've even been known to pull out the hose and spray them down if it got too hot, or take them off the field for a water break if they need it.
Mets coach Mike Grace tells me they were all on their toes when it comes to player safety.
If they need a break, we give them a break and make sure they're safe.
Coaches and organizers with the La Mesa National Little League were working to ensure everyone could enjoy this season comfortably and safely.
If the temperature were over 95 degrees, we would be looking to cancel games potentially. But since we're under 95, we're just going to watch for symptoms of heat exhaustion.
And it's not just those who make these games happen, but the parents and fans who come every time.
We are completely volunteer run. We have absolutely no paid positions within our Little League. So many of our parents are absolutely dedicated to being here and helping every day.
It's not something that I'm only thinking about, but also that the league is thinking about and the coaches are thinking about, because we're all here to make sure that the kids have a good time, do a great job, but also stay very healthy. I am very, very grateful to this league.
Organizers tell me they're prepared to cancel games if the heat does become too much, if needed this season.
In previous seasons, we've had to cancel games due to heat index being over 100. And it's not just if the temperature is 100, if it's the feels like temperature is over 100.
In La Mesa, I'm your East County reporter, Tolly Latoy, ABC 10 News.
All right, let's talk tariffs. A lot of companies are filing lawsuits to get their money back now that the Supreme Court struck down most of President Trump's tariffs. But ABC 10 News reporter Ryan Hill found even if those lawsuits succeed, it's unlikely that customers will get any kind of refund.
It really interrupted the cash flow quite a bit.
A lot can go into a cup of coffee aside from cream and sugar.
Pretty much everything we buy and sell comes from far away, short of a limited amount of Kona coffee or things like that. But, you know, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Indonesia, all those countries were in, tariff reality.
Tori Lee's the owner of Cafe Moto. He tells me the Supreme Court ruling from a couple of weeks ago striking down most of President Donald Trump's tariffs would help his business.
The upcoming contracts look better because of the tariff relief. That's nice, but that's still, when that coffee arrives in May, June, July, if there's no tariff still by then it'll be, a softer landing than it was last year.
And it's going to be a while before companies see any refunds. While many companies are suing, a federal judge just gave an extension to the federal government on when they need to return the money.
So we're looking at maybe late April, early May then, before any refunds are issued.
Alan Jin's a professor from the University of San Diego's Canal School of Business.
And it's going to go to the people who paid the tariffs, which are the importers. The thing is, a lot of them pass some of that on to businesses, which in turn then pass them on to consumers. So unfortunately, consumers had to pay a higher price, and they may not get any refund at all as a result of this.
Costco said it would lower prices if it receives a refund. I asked Jin if that's the kind of benefit we could see.
They're not obligated to pass that on to consumers, so it's basically up to them.
Lee tells me he's been in contact with some of the importers he does business with.
I have a fairly high level of confidence that should they get a refund back, that we will get that passed back on to us, just because of the lengthy relationship we have. I mean, we've been dealing with some of these same importers for, 15, 20, 25, 30 years.
But he's not counting his eggs before they hatch. Rather, his beans before they roast.
So getting money from last year sounds good, but again, I'm not going to base any budgeting on it because I'll just wait and see.
Ryan Hill, ABC 10 News.
A major recognition for the iconic Hotel del Coronado. It made Time Magazine's 2026 list of the world's greatest places. Originally built in 1888, the Del is a National Historic Landmark. It's one of only 23 historic hotels to hold that title, and it just wrapped up a 7-year, $550 million restoration. Time says the renovation maintained the hotel's grandeur while adding new restaurants and residential-style accommodations. Congrats to the Hotel Del. It was a lot of fun to head down there, even just walking around on the beach and seeing the Hotel Del, such an iconic part of San Diego's skyline. The red carpet is ready for Hollywood's biggest night. A lot of people love to watch the fashion as much as they like the awards. The 98th Academy Awards are Sunday in Los Angeles. Conan O'Brien is going to host. Sinners, One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme, and Hamnet are some of the favorites to rack up multiple wins. I'm still pulling for K-pop Demon Hunters. You can catch the Oscars right here on ABC 10. Our coverage starts at 4 p.m. Pacific. That's your ABC 10 News Streamline. Everything you need to know today in under 10 minutes.